So today we're in one of our quarantine apiaries where we have a bird box, and some cupboards to pull beehives out of. The cupboards and this bird box were from late last season. It was too late in the season to pull the hives out, so I waited till this season and then got so busy I only just get into them now, and this one's more recent. Today we have Trevor with us. Hello Trevor.
Hello.
And we've already started because I forgot to start taking the video. Okay, we got 5 frames of brood and all the comb out. We've got a pretty girl here in this hive, in this clip. We've already put the pink dot on her back. So we now have her, we'll put her in the box and the rest of the bees will start going in. So the queen's now in the box and in a queen clip, which we'll release her from in a couple of days' time. But because she's now in the box, the girls are wanting to get in there and do their thing, and so they are now marching in and following her. So within an hour all the bees will be in their new home. Okay, so we've given the first hive some time to clear out and settle down, which they have now done, and we now move on to the second hive. So we'll get cracking on this one and see how we go. Okay, Trevor's headed off because he has other things he's got to do, but we are now on to the second hive. We've opened her up and this one's lighter on resources, which is what we wanted. It's why we waited until things stop flowering, because it will be easier to get them out and then we can feed them to build them back up. It's just relocations are always easier when there's less in there to deal with. So now we'll get them out, put a feeder lid on later today and give them a big feed. There is obviously resources in here, but less than what there would have been. Okay, we've got 5 frames of brood. Still got a lot of bees in the box. A heap. Because I put the new box where the old hive was, the returning foragers come back here rather than coming back that little bit further, which is making life a bit easier. But they were really stingy, this hive, so we actually had to light the smoker up and give them a smoke, which isn't all that common an event. So we're well on the way. Queen's still in this box and only 3 sheets to go. 7 frames of brood. I set that hive up there. They're not going in yet because Queenie's in my hand. So I'll put a pink dot on her back and then we will see them start going in the other direction. I do have to whip home though because my wife's found a snake and we need to find out if the Masson Rangers has a snake catcher. Oh well, we'll keep going. And this is the snake that the girls saw. I've put her in a bucket, I've called the snake catcher, and now we've just got to wait an hour for the snake catcher to arrive. So how'd you go, girls? Did you enjoy that experience?
Yes.
There we go. Yeah. Fallon named the snake Cecil. What was that? Say it again.
Cecil?
There we go. Because apparently if you name something you're scared of, it makes it less scary. So now we have Cecil the snake here. So awesome. Now we'll go back to doing our bee work. This is Ben, our snake catcher.
How you doing?
He has identified it as a white lip.
Yeah, white lip snake. So it's a mildly venomous species of snake, very cold tolerant, very shy little snakes and more or less completely harmless.
Awesome. There we go. So he will relocate or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's the equivalent of what I do, but in the snake world.
So yeah, these guys are pretty chill.
Yep.
I wouldn't recommend.
I'm not going to. It's not that I don't like snakes. So I got the snake into the bucket without hurting it, but I'm not prone to handling them. I used a long piece of metal and just gently moved it into the bucket.
Yeah, these guys are. If you don't know what you're looking at, you'll probably misidentify it. But yeah, most people call them a brown snake. But you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, to me, it looked like a brown snake.
Most people assume they are.
Yeah. I said to my wife that I thought it was a brown snake, and clearly I'm wrong.
Don't get them up,
Yeah.
Don't actually get eastern browns, copperheads, and white lips, and then certain areas of Gisborne you might get tigers and you might get browns, but they're a bit specific in where they are.
Awesome.
But yeah, mountains, these guys, they're awesome.
Cool. Thank you for your service there, young Ben.
No drama.
Okay. So with the queen in the box, these are now working their way into the box. Running across. So there we go. That's 2 down, 1 to go. Okay, this is the back of cupboard hive. Nothing down in the bottom shelf, which so makes things a little bit easier. It's all up top. Okay, so let's start pulling some things apart and see what we can do. Okay, here we go. So we've taken the front off, just so I've got more excess honey at the top, babies at the bottom, and we've still got to get the queen. Okay, we're getting through more of it. There's quite a few layers. I haven't seen Queenie yet, but we'll get her. Okay, Queen's in the box. I accidentally shook her into the box when I was shaking off a piece of comb and saw her as she was dropping into the box, and it just wasn't worth chasing her, so she's now in the box. Got some comb there just to clean up, which was the top of the cupboards, and got a little bit of comb in the hive to clean up, but we'll get that done and then close up and we're done. So 3 hives, first one, third one, second one still working their way into the box, and the first one we did mostly reorientated. So yay, that comb there was all empty, so I had no qualms leaving that out exposed because there wouldn't be any robbing on that. So now just sort this out, but I'll clean up everything else first. I've still got a little bit to clean up.